What's up? It's your boy Hall back for another video, and today we're going to be doing a GPO tier list. I had to put them all in the trash category, so I'm gonna move them up from there. But we're gonna start from Suke and end with Gura. I did it by release dates involving with the fruits, but yeah, let's just hop right into it. So first we have Suke. I mean, I don't really think it's debatable. Trash, pretty useless fruit. Update 2, it had the Suke infinite combo, but Suke infinite combo isn't that good anymore since they completely nerfed it. It's not even an infinite combo in the game. So you just have invisibility. It's a useful move. You have good for avoiding AIs, a good starter fruit. PvP, it's completely useless. Area invisibility, I believe that's the second move. Also, like only good for PvP. The user can only do it for up to 100 stamina, I believe. Overall, a pretty bad fruit. I would not suggest using it unless you're like new to the game. And next fruit. Next fruit we have on this list is Bari, or barrier, whatever you want to call it. The barrier fruit gives you the ability to create barriers, and those barriers have a lot of uses. You can reflect moves. You can still do the infinite combo in a way where you trap them in the little barrier move. Like, Bari's definitely a pretty good fruit. I'm debating between bad or decent because it got nerfed. I believe that the little infinite combo got nerfed on it, but the fruit's still really good. I think it's definitely decent tier. Definitely, because you can trap people in there, and if you like Kirabachi or like a barrage sword, you can just completely melt their HP, like decimate their HP. Though I've seen some bar users like trap themselves, and the ult's not that good. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it a decent, definitely decent fruit. The next fruit we have is Bomu. Bomu is really good. I would put it good, but it doesn't have Logia bar, which is definitely a minus. But like this dungeon is definitely above Bari for sure. I'm gonna put it top of decent tier because this fruit is OP for dungeons. You can self-explode the boss, completely one-shot them. The Q dash is really good. Like it's better than the Logia custom Q dashes on Pika and Goro, because it makes you go like longer. And definitely just overall a good fruit. You have some solid moves, like mainly just the Q dash and self-explosion. Very good for PvE. Decent PvP fruit. Definitely top of decent tier. The next fruit we have is Mero. This fruit's just bad. Like, to be completely honest, they nerfed this fruit. Well, they didn't really nerf it. They nerfed infinite combos, and that hurt this fruit bad with like the M1s. You cannot combo as well anymore. The fruits, like, you can't even do like the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then like the flower to make them come back anymore with like the bouquet weapon. So overall, like, I just wouldn't use this fruit, to be honest. Like, it's just not a good fruit. The next fruit we have is Hiei. Now, Hiei is definitely interesting. I would call this fruit underrated in a way because a lot of people hate on this fruit, but it has a lot of redeeming qualities. You have Water Walk, which is very useful for farming. Like, Water Walk is very good for farming. Like, Sea Beast and anything in water, you can't drown, so you lose, like, the one downside of having a fruit, so that's definitely really good, really good. You get Logia Reflex, which completely counters all burn damage and all that type of stuff. The stun on it is really nice. You can do like a lot of damage if you do like the Sushi weapon combo. What's it called? Gravity Cane. Like Gravity Cane with Hiei is a very solid combo. But PvE wise, it's pretty useless except for bosses. But if you do it in big groups, you're not gonna get damage credits. So I would put it definitely good tier, but it's definitely not OP. If it was better in PvE, it would definitely be up there. But after the Hiei nerfs, and if you wear Hiei necklace, you get less stunned. It's just not worthy of OP. The next one we have is Mera. I'm gonna put it top of good tier for now because it was OP the start of update 3, but they nerfed it so you can't do like the sideways flame pillar. That was like stupid busted because like you could do a sideways flame pillar, like that was nearly impossible to miss. Like you had to be, if you did it right, you pretty much could not miss it. So definitely good. You also have Logia bar. But yeah, they nerfed it so you can't do that sideways flame pillar, by the way. But you get Logia bar, Fireflies, Heatkin, good damage, like highest burn damage. I believe it does more burn damage than Magu and Pika. Definitely more than Pika, but moves have low cooldown besides Dying Kai. Like Dying Kai is the only downside because it's kind of like a worse Thunder Greeting. It does more damage, but it starts out like super small, so it's way harder to hit. You'll usually get to guide, but definitely top of good tier. Very solid fruit. Would recommend it. The next fruit we have is Magu. Now, a lot of people put Magu like really high, but to be completely honest, I would say it just goes like right above Hiei. It's not better than Mera because this fruit's really only good for PvE. It's the best PvE fruit in the game, don't get me wrong. You do high damage, you have a lot of moves, decently low cooldowns, but your block breaks with Magu, like you only have one block break. And I believe Magma small block breaks, but it's a pretty useless block break, and you also have the Magu Stomp, so kind of two, but like you pretty much have four moves, because Magma Swamp is useless, anything but PvE. But like PvE wise, if you don't do PvP, this is the best rune in the game for you. You get Water Walk, so you completely counter like that effect. You get Logia Reflex, of course, so you get counter to burn damage, all that. Definitely a good fruit. Just update 2, it was OP, like probably one of the best out of this entire tier list. But now, like PvP wise, it's just not what it used to be. Okay, the next one we have is Pika. I'm gonna have to put this fruit in the OP category. Not OP for like it's a good fruit. It's not like I'm calling it OP in PvP necessarily, but you have to keep in mind it's just so solid at everything. You have Pika Fight for the good mobility. You have Pika Ray, which can completely cheese bosses. And it also can just like if it knows Devil Fruit stat, you can just melt people's HP. If you watched my last video where I was playing with the shipwright and we used Gura and Pika, I would Gura grab them and then he would use his little Pika Ray and it would just one-shot them because Pika Ray just does it melts your HP. It has some easy to perfect block moves, but like moves like you also have some impossible to perfect block moves like Pika Kick. You have 2 solid block breaks, your Mera Kick and your Light Sword. Your ult's not that good with Pika, but it's solid for PvE. Like this fruit's just so good at everything. Like I feel like everyone knows like this fruit is just pretty good, like one of the best in the game right now. The next fruit I'm gonna go for is Goro. Now Goro's placement is definitely interesting. I don't know if I want to put it OP or top of good because the thing about Goro is that its moves are kind of easy to counter, but the fruit is still really good. You also have a custom Q dash, which is a plus, Logia Reflex. I think I'm going to put it top of good for now because you get Logia Reflex, you get a really solid block rake, but it is sometimes easy to perfect block, Flash Smash. You get Thunder Greetings, which is like a better Dying Kai because you can like throw a mini one and it's already decently sized. So I think for now, Goro's definitely a good fruit, like very solid. If you have anything in good or OP, I would definitely recommend, like it's a good fruit, you will want to keep it. Decent wise, you know, Bomu. Bomu's the only fruits below OP are good that you might want to eat. But like Goro's just really solid. Like it's just a really good all around fruit. The next fruit we have is Sushi. Sushi did get nerfed, but I think people are underrating it. I'm gonna put it bottom of good tier. Now, only reason I do that is because you don't have Logia Reflex, and Logia Reflex is completely underrated. The burn damage in this game, like, it melts your HP. Burn damage completely melts your HP. Like, I have Gura, and if someone Pika kicks me, they'll do 100 on their Pika kick. I'll take like 200 more from burn damage. It might be an exaggeration, but that's from what I've seen, anyways. Definitely, Sushi's very solid though. You have pull, you have push. Pull can help you combo. You can 1, 2, 3, 4 after you pull someone, and you have fly. It's like the worst fly out of all the flying Logias, but it's still a fly nonetheless. You have gravity, the gravity dominance move, where you can like combo 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 after you gravity dominance, so you get like a lot of damage in. You have meteor. The single meteor is pretty useless. People always dodge it and it glitches out sometimes. The ultimate also isn't that good, but definitely a decent fruit. The next fruit we have is Tori. Now, Tori got nerfed pretty bad, but a lot of people still underrate it. Like, people are calling this fruit completely useless. That's definitely an exaggeration. You can handle max 3 to 4 times in a single match, I believe, which with like 1,000 stamina and 350 Devil Fruit stat, which is pretty good. But I think it's gonna land itself in the top of good tier. Actually, now that I think about this, I think I'm gonna put Tori here and I'm gonna move Goro up to OP. Goro's just really solid, and I think that like it's pretty good, but like Tori's pretty good, but I just don't know. I think Goro's a little bit better. Mera can definitely beat Tori. Actually, I'm gonna put Mera above Tori, and Magu's gonna stay there. Hiei and Sushi, yeah. So this should be about good because Tori, you have fireballs, but that's about it damage-wise. You also have your ult, but you just don't have much way to get out good DPS with Tori. That's why I think it's just not as good anymore, but it definitely a solid fruit. Like if you have this fruit, I would keep it. It's pretty good, pretty good. The last fruit we have on this list is Gura. Now Gura, this fruit, I'm gonna put it OP just for PvP. It's not that. I'm gonna put it bottom of OP. Actually, no, I'm gonna put it above Goro because the fruit is really good for PvP. You have so many solid things. You can grab someone and your teammate can completely melt them while they're in the grab. But the problem with Gura, like PvE, people call it completely useless. It's not useless. It's just not that good in PvP. Like Sea Beast are pretty much undoable. Like, I do gun stat when doing Sea Beast because that's how useless Gura is for Sea Beast. But for when it comes to bosses, it's pretty good because you can grab the boss and everyone just melts his HP. You usually get credit. Seaquake's really solid. I don't really feel like I have to explain why it's like PvP wise, why it carries it up to OP. The fruit just does so, like, it's just decent damage. Very high evasive. It has a good counter. Like, it's good for countering like Pika's block breaks and stuff. The move's just all around solid. But yeah, I think that's about it for the tier list. I think everything here seems pretty accurate. By the way, this is my opinion, so if you use Mera and you think it's OP, well, that's your opinion, you know. And this is just my opinion for the tier list. This is just what I personally think how good each fruit is. But tell me in the comments what you think I should have done differently for the tier list. And peace.